Hi, I'm Ray Dudley, your Delaware County Sheriff. These are just a few of the brave men and women of Delaware County Sheriff's Office who put their life on the line every day, serving you and protecting you. Please join us in the upcoming season of the Delaware County Sheriff's Show. Hello, I'm your Sheriff, Ray Dudley, and thanks again for tuning in to another episode of the Delaware County Sheriff Show. In this episode, what you're going to see is a raid that our SWAT team did on a possible drug house. Through our drug task force, they made several buys through a confidential informant at this residence. We did surveillance on the house. They obtained a search warrant. The search warrant entailed using the SWAT team. We did the raid on the house. We arrested a subject on the possible use of drugs and of dealing a drug, which was crack cocaine in this house. We interviewed several suspects. This goes along with my zero tolerance to drug activity in Delaware County. We're going to put an end to it. You know, we're tired of it. The good citizens of Delaware County are sick of the drugs. I'm the spear to their point that we're going to stop the drugs in Delaware County. So I hope you enjoy the show.
Probably bang it too, because he's probably laying in there.
You get some hours? Is that going to get some hours?
Yes.
Schools?
That's not it. That's not it. So if you see these houses here, or these houses back. This is where an old bar and stuff like that.
Teach me how to draw a diagram on a crash report.
Did they have gates on the same?
And draw.
Did they have parking over there? There's another gate?
Ninja, just over on the west side. Once you approach like that. Is that fenced?
This is pretty clear,
Can a bridge team get
but
through there?
I can't see back there. When I drove around, it looked like there was a lot of buildings on that alley that I didn't know if I could get through. So I have no idea about that.
Backside.
Still Christmas lights, that's it.
It's all dark, Christmas lights here, nothing, no lights are on inside. Inside, the back, the whole back was lit up when I drove by. I don't know, I didn't drive by here to see, but you'll know it from the Christmas lights, so, but I don't know about the front house if they're.
I think I caught you. You're gonna come up, Elliot. Stop over here.
Control.
It helps me. Oh, yeah, that's a good picture. Hey, look what's up there.
Mayor, we're rolling your way. All right, then. Brown Bear. Go ahead. Just did a radio check. Love you, buddy. Alright. Units, be advised, be ready. If I start calling you up if we have a lot of traffic on the outside, I'll need you to have to come in and close down the outer perimeter with us. 22 is clear. County 33 is clear. Right, you wanted us at 1101 Wilson, right? Put you guys on the perimeter, standing by. Right, we are. Jack camera, we're standing by for you. We had some trouble getting down the alley with the truck. We're on our way. Sounds like there's a dog in the back. I don't know which house, but it's barking a lot. JP, be prepared to come to the front if we need you. I'm clear. Lenny, where are you at? Back of the SWAT truck.
Now's perfect time.
The armored or utility? The armored. Come up here, you can leave us that window. You guys, you are in position, correct? Affirmative. The dog is in the next door neighbor's yard. Dog is no faster. We're at the back door. Alright, let's start rolling. Kurt, any status? It's clean up front. I don't see anybody. Alright, high tower, inbound. For the Christmas lights. Execute. Go, go, go. Make the announcement.
Yeah, good job.
Keep your hands up! Keep your hands right there, lady. Don't move. You got one right here. One in the corner. Over here, to the right. Straight ahead. Go, over here. In this corner, right there, right here. Your left. Right here. No, that's just one, the only one we saw.
He, on the phone, after we did the buy, we actually tried to come back to do a third buy to get a better video. He said to come back in 2 hours, they were making it. So he might be in the process of making it, or he already has it made. It was on the kitchen table when we were there earlier. Something about the closet, isn't that where he makes it?
That's where he makes it, yeah.
So in the closet, so we probably need that closet. When you go to that closet, and I'm not sure where the closet door is.
It should have a blanket over it.
So be careful going in there, that might be the one pop making it. So he said he was gonna make it. Do you want his history, or are you gonna go over that?
I'll go.
Okay, all right, that's what we did.
Okay. All right. Our situation is that we're going to execute a high-risk warrant service at 1404 West 16th Street, Muncie, Indiana. Our mission, of course, is going to be execute that search warrant. Okay, red team will be as follows in order. Will be Trigger, Ramrod, myself, 2 Strikes Whiskey, and Alley Cat will be a follow-on. He's already up in his sniper position right now with eyes on the target. Also, we have a secondary surveillance that's going on the target. Alley Cat's going to be on Alpha Delta side, and then Bravo Charlie side is being covered by another one of our surveillance units. Okay. Blue team, team leader on that will be Fabian. In order to be Ninja, Fritz, Fabian, Hightower, Ghost Rider, and Apache. Breacher. Okay, on that. Breacher on the red team. You guys will be rolling down in the utility vehicle. All right. Now, as we make this approach from here, casualty collection point is going to be down at the corner 16th and Ash. 16th and Ash. All right, medics, you guys are going to be staging down at the old Ross's. Okay, so you guys will be down there at the grocery store, so you guys will be within a block away. Okay, any questions on how we're going to get there? Okay, or your vehicle load up? Okay, Ninja, you'll be driving a utility vehicle. Okay, 2 strikes, you're going to be driving armor. All right, so as we make it, we're going to leave here. We're going to file out, go down Wheeling to Main. Bang it right on Main, going west on Main, going down to Liberty Street, south on Liberty, down to Hoyt, go down to Hoyt, then we're going to cut off on 11th Street on Elliott. We're going to make that right-hand turn on Elliott. We're going to hold there at 11th and Hoyt. We'll do vehicle drops, etc. It's dark down there. Do final gear checks and everything. That's our objective rally point. Then from there is that we'll launch down to the target. Vehicle stack will be, armor will be first, utility truck will be second. On that, as we're making our approach, okay, what we're going to do is that we'll have over on Chalk 2, which will be Lieutenant Ellison. He's going to go down to the corner of, you see over here, he'll be at 16th, and Perkins, he'll be coming up, he'll be making the announcement for us. Okay, all right, Chalk 1. Okay, you're going to be up here, you're going to be coming up, and you're going to be covering the alley here. So you're going to be plugging that hole for us there. Okay, our other surveillance vehicle, okay, he'll be our Chalk 3 over here, okay, and then our Chalk 4 will be 18-1. He'll be back over here and he'll be watching our back over from here. So our sniper's out down here on this side, so we have surveillance that's going on. It's ongoing right now. Right now the reports are really nothing that's happening. Target right here, that's all his crim history there. So definitely got the inside on what's going on there with that individual. Okay, I'll need to chat with you after we do the briefs, put you where I need you, all right? Because you'll be the guy that's going to be dealing with any squirters for us, okay? All right, secondly is so that you all know, when you look up here, back here on Charlie's side, is that there is a dog. Dog is not happy. Dog probably likes to bite, all right? And if you look here, back here is that the dog is tied up back here on Charlie's side, and it runs all the way out here to the alley itself. It's on a lead, right, but it goes that far out into the alley. And on the front part, on the alpha side of the house, is that we know is that we have at least one CCTV camera on the front. Okay, the direction that that's showing, we have no idea. Over on Bravo side, we have another CCTV camera on that. Okay, unknown what's back here on the back. We do know that there is mounts on the back. We have light back over here on Bravo Charlie side. It's well lit back here in the alley. Okay, over here on Alpha Bravo side, we have lights over here in the roadway as well. So any approach that's coming from that way. Information intel says is that anybody that comes up here from the west, okay, he can possibly see down from the target location back to the west. All right. So any uniforms that are cars that are coming up here will be UC vehicles that'll come up here, will creep into this area as well. All right, Parksy, what I'll need you to do is I'll need you to be back here.
He went outside.
Okay, very good. All right. So,
Where are we pulling up?
okay. So what we're going to do is we do this actual drive-through. Okay. As we pull up, we're going to come down here on 16th Street. We're going to make a westbound turn, right-hand turn from Hoyt on the 16th Street. Okay, number 1 vehicle, our vehicle, pull up in front of the target, and we'll deploy from there. Okay, number 2 vehicle, utility. You're just going to make a right-hand turn, park right there on Ash and 16th, so you have a good place to park. Okay, just pull right behind us. You guys can launch from there onto the target. All right, we'll launch as well from our side of the target. Okay, stack up on our target. Individual team leaders will tell it how you want your guys stacked up, what type of specific tools that you want them to take on the hit with you. All right, any questions on the lineup? Who's with what? Who's where? Who's doing what tools? What gear that you need? This will be a no banger. Okay, due to the chemicals that we're dealing with. Okay. All right, so guys that are going to be back here on blue team. All right, so that you know, here on blue team, all right, I'll have Ghost Rider, Apache, okay? You'll be here on 1-1, Delta 1-1. You'll have that one, okay? Fabian, okay? Hightower, okay? You'll be here on Delta side, 1-2 on Delta side, all right? Secondary breach point will be to the rear. Unknown if the dog will be loose, if he'll be out moving around. Recommend a possible fire extinguisher, okay? All right, so that'll be our secondary breach point if we get held up into the front of the residence, all right? Well, of course, we'll go up there, do the knock and announce, we'll wait. We'll do, so we're rolling up, we'll go ahead and make sure everybody's in position. Okay, once we get a confirmation that everybody's in position, I'll radio over to Greg, make sure he makes the announcement. Once the announcements go, we'll do the knock and announce. Okay, then we'll go ahead and we'll make our entry. Okay. All right. Any particular questions yet? All right, so let's break up. Team leaders, go ahead and take charge of your teams. Any last minute discussions or anything like that, questions, make sure you grab them.
Okay, what you're watching here is our SWAT team is getting ready. They're loading up. They've just got done with their briefing, and they're loading up into 2 different teams, an A team and a B team, which has designated different things that they do on this actual call out on this drug dealer. So what they're doing is they're loading up into the actual SWAT truck and then our secondary truck, which is our armored vehicle. As you can see, one of the officers is standing here with his breaching tool. We have designated officers that do breaching. Any flashbangs that are thrown, they're numbered in a stack that they'll be going in as well. Since we started the production of this last sheriff show, this is actually a second SWAT call out on a drug house that we're doing for this episode. So within a week's time, we've done 2 SWAT call outs. In between that time, the DTF officers have made several drug raids, but only a few actually called for the SWAT team to be called out. But, you know, a lot of career criminals, Mike, it depends. You know, there's been, when I was on the team, I was a breacher. There's been many a times that I popped the door open and somebody's actually going for a weapon.
Yeah.
Because in their minds, it could be somebody trying to rob them of their drugs.
Yeah.
So they don't know until they actually, and you know, and this one's a no flashbang. Right, we don't know, like you said, that they're thinking they're doing a 1-pot.
Yeah.
The difference between an actual huge cook operation where they have it open and it's coming through the air to a 1-pot where it's just a small quantity at a time. But the problem is he might have 31 pots already in there that's already been made that he's just got stored somewhere. You know, we had a raid over just at the end of the summertime where we did that. Us and the city police done that, you know, 7 property search, and we found over 140 used 1-pots. The one that we did 4 days ago or 5 days ago was crack cocaine.
Okay.
Some company back there.
So I said we not only have to deal with our meth problem and our heroin problem, but we have crack cocaine's coming back big too.
Well, how long does it take to cook a 1-pot?
For meth,
Yeah.
could be looking at a few hours. Depends on what.
That's to get it from start to crystal.
Yes, and it all depends on their engine that they use. The engine is what starts cooking off the product. You know, different engines cook it quicker. And you know, now that they're doing shake and bake, where they're actually shaking it up, getting stuff working, it takes a lot less time.
This truck too, I haven't heard any dog in the backyard since I've been sitting here.
A little bit closer.
Talk to you ready? All right, we're ready. Any activity your side? Negative, quiet. Alley Cat, what about you? Where's the target activity?
You know, Mike, we're about a block and a half away from it right now.
I say it's 2 houses away from Margie and John.
We just started picking up some dogs barking, but we don't know which house it is.
Naturally, don't.
Alright. Hold on comms. We're on the final approach. We're inbound on the target.
Unlock.
Person in the front door. Person in the front door.
Unlock me. Unlock me.
I got you, bud.
Okay. I'm going.
All right, I was approaching the SWAT target location. I was coming up the east side towards the rear of the residence. I noticed our target subject running out the back door. I continued through the alley directly behind the target. He tripped on a dog that was in the alley, and I apprehended him a few yards away from his house.
We're wrapping up the night tonight. This last 2 weeks here, we've done some search warrants with the SWAT team. Last week we did some controlled heroin purchases at a residence. We've gotten several complaints from neighbors about the drug activity or the constant traffic in and out, so we had some Crime Stopper tips. We finally got a car leaving the house type stuff. We ended up flipping them and sending them in the house and making some purchases. Once that we have enough buys from the house and we think we have a probable cause established, we're going to apply for a search warrant. A prosecutor and a judge oversees that paperwork. If they agree with it, they're going to sign it. They gave us a search warrant last week. Same thing here today. Several complaints about the smell, the constant traffic coming in and out. We got somebody on a car stop, ended up making them work for us. We didn't make them, but we ended up giving them an opportunity to work for us. We made some controlled purchases here, several, not today, just in general. The investigation turned into a search warrant where we again went to a judge, applied for a search warrant. They agreed that we had enough probable cause to apply for a search warrant. In the execution of the search warrant, several of us made entry. One of the team's members pulled on a blanket, and there was an active lab. We don't know if it was already starting fire or if we caused the fire, if we knocked it over when we knocked the blanket over. But either way, it flashed over on us. We had to quickly grab some evidence in the house before we thought maybe the house might go up, so we grabbed what we could. Some of the things that I grabbed on the kitchen table are some scales. There's some pills here, we believe. We haven't really searched it yet. Some pills in the black container here. I don't have gloves on, so I'm not going to touch it, but we have product here. It looked as if the individual that we got was possibly snorting meth at the time. So we got some finished product here, and he was making meth at the time. So we haven't been able to get inside the house yet because of the fire and because of the chemicals. We get what we can and get out real quick, so we're not exposed, even though we probably were exposed. So our commanders has told us to watch our breathing if we get sick, to make sure we document it, so something doesn't happen to us long-term down the road. So we'll have to document tonight the guys that went inside the house due to the chemicals. So it's meth is pretty dangerous. We knew coming in here there might be a lab. We tried to do it late enough where the lab was done. So we didn't use any flashbangs or anything like that. We didn't want to cause a fire. But again, we don't know if we caused it or the individual might have caused it himself. And then he had tried to run out the back door, and he was tackled by sheriff's deputies. So It's been a good 2 weeks, several search warrants now. We're just waiting for the lab team from the ISP to get here. They're going to go through with their masks, and they've been trained to deal with these type of chemicals. They'll go in and make sure it's safe for us to come in and search, or they may deem us they may tell us we can't go in there and the house is condemned and we can't get in there. So they'll have to search the house themselves and their protective gear, and hopefully they don't miss anything.
Hello, my name is Sheriff Ray Dudley, and like I told you before, this is just the second SWAT raid that we had for this show, which happened within 5 days apart. I'm standing right now with members of my Delaware County drug unit, guys who work really, really hard 24 hours a day, every day for citizens of Delaware County. These guys work really hard on getting these drugs off the streets to make the good citizens of Delaware County safe. So I just want to give them a attaboy for taking another meth dealer and a meth manufacturer off the streets to make everybody safe. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, boss.
Hello, once again, I'm Sheriff Ray Dudley. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Delaware County Sheriff Show. What you've just seen is just a small effort that the men and women of Delaware County put in every day, 24 hours a day, protecting you, the citizens of Delaware County. I am very, very much 110% behind my drug units. And as much as I can, I try to get out there, as you've seen in this episode, to be with them during these raids. It's not like me to sit back and watch these. I actually go out and help them out because we don't have the manpower to do this every day just with them. So please, if you see something that looks out of place in your neighborhood, if it's a house next to you, if it's a house down the street, or you hear someone talking about something, please call us, give us a tip. We will go and investigate, and if it turns out to be a drug house, we will raid it. They will be arrested. They will go to jail. Jeff Arnold, our prosecutor, will prosecute them, and we will get more drugs off the streets so that our citizens don't have to deal with this type of stuff. And who knows, down the road we might save a life or two. Once again, thank you.
We would like to thank the following underwriters for their support in producing this show. Hometown Outdoor Advertising. Put your business up for everyone to see. 288-9000. Pizza King. Good to the very edge. Several locations throughout Muncie. Puerto Vallarta Family Mexican Restaurants, located at 508 South Killaton Avenue. 288-5825. Parson Mortuary Incorporated, 801 West Adams Street in Muncie, 747-1100. Muncie Sanitary District, since 1965. Located at 300 North High Street, 747-4863. McGalliard Guns and More, 288-GUNS, located at 800 West McGalliard. Northwest Towing and Recovery Incorporated. 2 locations to serve you better. Muncie, Indiana, 288-4456 or Anderson, 643-3333. CS Kern, one source, one partner, 3401 South Hamilton Avenue in Muncie, 289-8600. MITS Bus, Muncie, Indiana Transport System at 1300 East Seymour Street in Muncie. Broadway Motors Incorporated, 2775 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, Muncie, Indiana, 284-4800. Versatile Metalworks, LLC at 1403 Liberty Avenue. P.O. Box 2487, Muncie, Indiana, 288-8960. Also, Advanced Carpet Care, Tim Clevenger Heating and Cooling, Remax Real Estate Groups, Tom Cherry Mufflers, The Barn Lot, and Abbott's Body Shop.